What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live here on October the 1st. Isn't it crazy how the year is just passing us by? It's been a crazy year, but one thing I can say is it feels like it was just February not too long ago, man. And here we are already in October, coming towards the end of the year. How's everybody doing out there? I definitely hope you're doing well. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Sportscaster, DolphinsTalk.com. You can find my content on those sites. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button on your way in the building. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to TD Fans Talk right now, and hopefully you'll enjoy yourself. Welcome for all the new subscribers for the month of September. I welcome you, welcome you, welcome you. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we just broke a record. Last month, in 1 month alone, we added just under 1,500 subscribers to the channel. Let me say that again. Last month alone, we added just under 1,500 subscribers to the channel. So all 1,500 of you guys, welcome to TD Fans Talk. We love you. We hope you stick around for the ride and then you enjoy yourself. This is something that we're all doing together. It's not me that's building these numbers. Our entire Fins family is building it. And I give an extra shout out to all those who are not Dolphin fans that's been rocking with us. I mean, we got all kind of fans. We got Seahawk fans. We got Buffalo fans, Jets fans, Patriots fans, Rams fans, Cincinnati fans, Cowboy fans, just all type of fans, San Francisco, that have been rocking with us, that enjoy the channel. We love y'all, and I promise y'all I'm going to start giving y'all some more general news as well around the NFL on this platform. I'm just happy about it, all right? And shout out to everybody who joined the other platform, Real Talk with TD. So y'all go check that out, TD's Real Talk, all right? Y'all go over, check that out, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff during this political season, and hopefully you're interested in those conversations. If you're not, then you don't have to go over. Shout out to Javier Tintior, who said, much love, been a fan since the Landry trade days. Wow. Look at Javier. He's one of the day one guys. He said since the Landry trade days, when I told people that it might happen. Wow. That's what's up, though, man. I appreciate you rocking with us for so long. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with us so long. My brother from another mother in the building, Breon, Bree the G. What's up with you, bro? Listen, y'all. All right, so we got some great news that came across today. Byron Jones is practicing. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to need him to play on Sunday if we're going to have a chance to win this game. All people want to talk about is DK Metcalf and Lockett. They're going to eat. They're going to eat. They're going to eat. We are going to need Byron Jones because y'all know I'm a very overly optimistic guy. Y'all know that I'm a rock with my team and feel we're going to win no matter what. And people say I'm too much of a homer. But at the same token, I really do believe that we can get a victory against one of the best teams in the NFL this Sunday, especially if we have a healthy Byron Jones on the field. DK is a talent, but his speed and everything doesn't add up for me. And I think that we can slow him down. And if we got Byron back, we can contain Lockett and minimize Russell Wilson's weapons. I really think we can. And force them to run the ball, which they will try. And that's going to be our real test. I'm excited to see Byron on the field. He is listed as day to day. That is the newest update. That is the information I wanted to bring y'all because, man, I was nervous because it's like I don't want to start 1-3. And it's still a possibility. It's still a possibility. But I want to be able to go into this game knowing that it's going to be competitive and we have a shot. I think we're going to do better than people know. I think we're going to come out and give a good showing on the field. With that weak secondary they have, I think that this may be one of those shootout games that we actually move the ball and we actually produce. We all know what I say. Time will tell. But why not us? Why not this week? Byron Jones playing is going to be a huge plus for us. And I think that this is the game where I start to use a little bit of accountability towards Flores. I start to say, you're going to be tested in this game, and we're looking at you, head coach Flores. We're looking at you to, even if we don't win, deliver a competitive, good game plan that helps us compete and give us an excitement during this game. We can't get blowed out this week. He has to be working directly with the defensive coordinator, Boyer, and making sure that we're putting ourselves in the best position this week to try to win this game. It's that simple. And in other news, I don't know what's going on at the backup quarterback situation. We might be bringing what's his name, Stidham on the practice squad. We might be bringing him up, but we don't have any word yet. Tua hasn't practiced in 2 days. He's been what they are calling sick, under the weather, but it's not COVID related. We wish him the best. We hope that he gets well soon. We hope whatever's ailing him or bothering him, that he makes a speedy recovery and he has a good bill of health. But it worries me because are we going to I did say Stidham, didn't I? Listen, I already told y'all. There's some guys' names that I just don't know. And why don't I know them? Because they're on and off of the roster. But we hope that we have a good backup that can play. We don't know. So let me ask you all. Somebody say we got to re-sign Jake Rutter. It's Wednesday. I mean, you don't think it might be too late for that? You don't think it might be too late for that? I know we have, Malcolm Perry. You also have Bowden and those guys. Yeah, Stinnett. Yeah, that's what I said. It's Stinnett. Yeah, thank you. But what happens if Fitz goes down? What do we do if Tua can't go and he's out? We're hoping that doesn't be the case. We're hoping he returns tomorrow or Friday on the practice field. I don't know. They are not releasing or telling us what's actually going on. So we'll see. We shall see, man. Is Ryan Tannehill coming? I know they got an extra week off. They're going to play their game later in the season. So, man, listen, the Tannehill days are over. You know, they say he was trash in Miami, but it is what it is. Boy, were they wrong. But anywho, Stidham is with the Pats. I know I made a mistake, man. I made a mistake. Stidham or whatever his name is on our practice squad. Will they bring him up? So I don't like going into a game with one solidified quarterback. It's just not a good look. Hopefully Tua is back on the field tomorrow or at least Friday, with the exception that he's not going to play anyway. Listen, guys, I'm starting to realize more and more Tua he's just not going to play. And I forgot to tell y'all about this. Guess who made it on the field before Tua? A quarterback that was drafted this year. Guess who made it on the field before Tua? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Already got NFL snaps because they have a package for him that they put out. Jalen Hurts made it on the field. You know what's even funnier about it? People were joking a few weeks ago. TD, what if Jalen Hurts gets on the field before Tua? It's not going to happen, but I thought it was a good joke. Jalen Hurts made it on the field. They have a small package for him. Wentz has been looking trash, throwing all these interceptions. They literally brought Jalen Hurts in for his own package. He done got like at least 8 snaps in this league or something like that. And we can't even bring Tua in for some packages while we're up by 3 possessions versus Jacksonville. getting his feet wet like Jalen Hurts is getting his feet wet? It makes no sense to me. Like, think about it. You want him to sit back, relax, and learn the NFL. When it's trash time at a very minimum, have him go out, take a look at some defenses. Have him hand the ball off. Have him come back to the sideline after we punt and say, hey, what did you see in those defenses? Would you have audibled in any of those plays? Tell me why you would have done this and why you would have done that. Start testing it. Put him under center and let him take a look real time on the field at what he sees and what would he have done in this situation. You're up 3 possessions with 3 minutes left. You can hand the ball off. But ask him. They just loaded the box. This is the coverage. This is the play. You're going to run the ball. But if this was in the first quarter and they're loading the box like this and we got a run call, what would you do? Give them some real experience, man. And you got Jalen Hurts out here actually got his own little small, and I don't care how small it is. Oh, he just in a small package. He really handing the ball off. Oh, my gosh. Somebody say try and get his behind hurt, man. Handing the ball off, how are you going to get hurt? You hike the ball, hand it off. If you get hit, that's a 15-yard penalty. And if you're scared of that, then this kid never needs to play. If you're worried about the number 5 overall pick coming out and handing the ball off to a running back because you're scared of injury, then he don't ever need to play. He don't ever need to play. It's ridiculous. All this banter about they're worried about him taking the first hit. Next year, you don't think they're going to be worried about him taking the first hit? They're not going to be worried about it no more now than they will be next year. It'll be the same worry and the same severity because the hip is still healed the same way. If the doctors say his hip is 100%, it's going to be in the same condition next year. There ain't nothing where, well, we're waiting on this hip muscle to get, 3% stronger or bigger. That ain't what they're waiting on. That ain't what they're waiting on. Oh, my gosh. Dwayne said those handoffs are inconsequential. The experience of it. Going to the line of scrimmage, looking at the defense, and after you hand them off, come to the sideline, what would you have called on this play? What did you see from the defense? And not from a standpoint of film, but in real time, looking over linemen, looking at the disguise right there in a front vision. That's what I'm talking about here. Being able to bring this kid to the sideline and say, on this play, I saw this, I would have probably audible into that. Why would you have audibled into that? Do you not think that this might have been more effective? You're just coaching them up. That's hands-on. That's hands-on. See, Dwayne say he can do that from the bench. Come on, Dwayne. It ain't nothing like being in the game, staring everybody in their face versus looking at it from the side. You don't even get distance and angles right from the side. It is a total different game sitting under center looking at everything than it is from the sideline. We all know this. It is totally different. And here we go again. These people talking about Mahomes behind Alex Smith, so on. We done already did a stream from 2003 all the way to 2018. We already did the stream. We already looked at all the quarterbacks that came in this league, who sat and who didn't sit. Everybody who sat, there were more busts than there were successes. Everybody who played right away, there were more successes than there were busts. We done already did it. And the crazy thing in that, they had Tannehill a bust because they went by their first 5 years of a success or not success. And we know he really ended up being a success. We done already did that video. But people keeping that narrative. Somebody said Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson played his rookie year. They wish they could have started him day one, but they didn't want to do Flacco like that. They were looking for the reason to bring Lamar in. Josh Allen out here. Deshaun Watson. Russell Wilson. It's too many of them that it didn't matter. And I go out on a limb to tell y'all right now, ain't nobody can sit here and tell me that Patrick Mahomes wouldn't have been as good as he is if he started day one. So you're saying that the reason why Patrick Mahomes is that good is because he sat? That's the problem. We're making the assumption that just because somebody sat, that's why they're that good. Wilson would have been just as good from day one. Y'all don't believe that? Mahomes, not Wilson. We know Wilson was. Mahomes would have been just as good from day one. You either have it or you don't. And yes, there are some guys that are late bloomers. But nobody in Cincinnati feels like Joe Burrow won't be the future right now. They already know, yeah, he's going to be the future. They already see all the characteristics on the field, regardless of the mistakes, regardless of any interceptions. They already know. What he's doing on the field, they already know. Guess what? The Chargers, they already know that Herbert is going to be the future. Regardless of the mistakes, regardless of the rookie errors, they already see the intangibles that he is going to be a success in this league. They already know. No question about it. Guess who don't freaking know? Guess who don't know? Guess who don't know? Us. We assuming. That's all we do is assume. We assume. Oh, Tua gonna be it, bro. Yeah, I'm with you. Can't wait to see it. Nothing's proven until you see it. But the Chargers know. That kid out there looking sharp, throwing bullets between tight coverage, making amazing throws, literally audibling at the line of scrimmage, playing fearless, giving his team a chance to win every week. This is Herbert I'm talking about. And as a rookie, yes, he's coming up short. But they know. Joe Burrow, same thing. They know. You see the throws. You see the poise. You see they know when to tuck it and take off. You see the lack of fear and nervousness like your boy Sam Darnold over there with the Jets doing. You don't see none of that mess. They throw a pick, you don't see them hang their head. They like, oh man, crap, okay. I'll come get it back. You see it. And they say our guy just ain't ready. He ain't wowing the coaching staff yet. He ain't trusted yet. Dwayne said maybe Tua starting basically is tied to what the O-line's progression. Listen, I don't see the O-line getting better than what they are now. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. This is the NFL. The way that our O-line has been playing, it really don't even get that much better than that. Of course, there's things they can do to improve, but any given week, if you put those first 3 games together from our O-line, it really don't get much better than that. Yeah, they'll have a game or 2 here and there where they play even better, but they're going to have games that they don't play as well as they did the first 3 weeks. So from an average standpoint, the O-line really ain't going to get much better than this. Based off of the way our O-line has been playing, we've been successful. Our O-line has been playing at an 8 out of 10 level. It ain't no lines in the league that play above play a 9 or 10 level every single week. Just not the case. Somebody said not Seattle line, they ain't good. Yeah, I know. But ours is better. Ours is better. And people talk about 66 rushing yards. What, is that a bad thing or something? What you have to understand is that's still about 4 yards per carry. That's just a case of not running the ball more. You ain't noticed we've been in a shotgun most of the time? 66 yards when we average about 4 to 5 per carry is amazing. The issue is actually running the ball more. Okay, Richard, I hear you. At what point do Tua come in the season gets rougher? I don't get what he said. Listen, I just personally feel like all this O-line stuff is an excuse. Because what happens at the end of the season if our O-line ain't playing well, a guy get hurt, and then next you know we get 2 more guys in free agency, we're bringing them in. What is Tua supposed to start game 1 of 2021? Because you know 2 of those guys on our O-line may not even be on there next year. Let's keep it 100 now. 2 of the guys that are on our starting O-line right now may not even be there next year. You'll probably be replacing them either in free agency or the draft. That's a huge potential if you look at their contracts. One guy's on a 1 year. Another guy's on a 2-year optional second. So if that ends up being the case, what, Tua ain't going to start next year because we got a new O-line and we got to make sure that they can play together first? What's up with that? Yeah, but no, y'all ain't going to say that then. TD, I really think he was a Ross pick. Sold jerseys. I don't know. Well, I guess you're right. I mean, he is going to sell a lot of jerseys. He has, and he will. Didn't he go all the way up to like number 2 in the league? If not number 1. If not number 1. Don't forget, we are in week 3. Week 4. Let's move ahead, Jason. With no preseason. Hold on. I was behind on the chat. We are in week 4. That's what he meant to say. With no preseason. Gosh, I lost it. They still figuring out each other. I'm with that, Jason. I agree with that. Everybody's still figuring out each other. But the same thing is happening in Cincinnati. The same thing is happening with the Chargers. And then you got Jalen Hurts out here with a package. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't believe that when I read it. You got Jalen Hurts out here with a package. I want to see Tua versus Russ. He ain't on Russ's level. Y'all be 100 with me. If Tua was practicing on Russ's level, would he be starting right now? Yes or no in the comment section. Keep it 100 now. Don't keep your same little agenda just because you don't want him to play yet. Keep it 100. If he was playing on a Russell Wilson level in practice, would he be starting right now? Y'all know the truth. Y'all know the truth, man. Y'all know the truth, man. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Ain't nobody gonna sit nobody down that's sitting there in practice playing like Russell Wilson. That's why Russell started. 4th round pick. 4th round pick. Even Dak Prescott got to start. Got to play, man. First year. No, because Flores is in love with Fitz. I don't agree with that. I think Flores legitimately is going to play the best player available, and he don't think Tua is the best player available right now. Third, I don't know why I always bucket him with the fourth. Oh, thank y'all. Forgive me. I don't know why I always do that. Dak was the fourth. That's why. Okay. Even Dak. Even Dak. Burrow out here as the most hit quarterback, but yeah, go off and winless. He getting experience. You gonna get hit in this league. Do you think that Joe Burrow ain't gonna get hit next year? This is the Cincinnati Bengals we talking about. So if Burrow was sitting his behind down next year, you don't think he probably ain't gonna be the most hit quarterback? Oh my gosh. The most hit quarterback. Ain't nobody say none of that for ain't nobody stick up for Tannehill like that. Nobody said that about Rosen, who was one of the most hit quarterbacks in the NFL his rookie year. Nobody said nothing about that. Because you know the difference? Despite being the most hit quarterback with Burrow, you see that he's going to be the future regardless. He ready for this league, even under pressure getting hit. He ready for it. He getting up and he's absorbing those hits and he taking them. Welcome to the NFL, kid. Clean your chin off. And we round here, but we just, we're waiting on the NFL to approve, a 12-man line of scrimmage before we play Tua. Hopefully they vote on it next offseason, if they approve the 12-man offensive line so we can start Tua. That's how it sounds. That's how people act. Until the league approves the 12-man line of scrimmage, we just can't play them, TD. Just sit them. Just sit them. We might compromise with a 10-man line of scrimmage. Oh my gosh. It's all good until he peeing blood and retiring like Andrew Luck. Everybody has that risk in the NFL, though. Again, like I said before, if the Bengals sat him this year, is he not going to get hit a lot next year? Is Kyler Murray still not getting hit a lot in his second year? That's why I asked y'all. That's why I said, hold on. If we making sure that, our protection is going to be right, what if the protection sucks next year? Do you keep sitting them? Yes or no in the comment section. Next year, if the protection sucks, do you sit them? I'm just curious. Put it in the comment section. Yes or no. If the protection ain't right next year, do you sit them again? Do you sit them again? All these no's, right? All these no's. Then the whole theory about making sure the offensive line can protect is useless. Because if they can't protect next year, what are we talking about? Then you don't sit them all of a sudden? Thomas said Tua is ready. Play him. What if he not? The last report we got, he's still learning. He has so much to learn. College is different than the NFL. When your coach is giving generalizations like that, you either endorse him or not. You either say, man, this kid is coming along great. He's learning so much. He's a special talent. I ain't even heard Flores give a compliment really yet. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I haven't even heard like a just straight out compliment yet. I haven't even heard him, man, we're very excited, man. Whenever we decide to put him on the field, I know that there's going to be amazing things that he does. None of that good stuff. All we're hearing is, he's learning, he's improving every day. There's things he does well, there's things he definitely can improve on. It's not easy in the NFL. It's hard, so he's just taking it a day at a time, one day at a time. He's taking it one day at a time. College is different than the pros. There's so much he still has to learn. There's so much he said. Nah, them ain't excuses from Flores. Don't be getting mad at Flores. Them ain't excuses. What you want him to do? Say Flores don't like his play. You want Flores to come out? Listen, man, the kid just needs to focus and be better. He needs to. No, you don't. Now that's when you can't kill his confidence. That's when you don't want to kill his confidence. Tua is not 100% healthy. Here we go with these false narratives again. Tua knew how to read college defenses. That's not true. He even admitted it. He even admitted it at the Super Bowl on national television when he said, the NFL, I got to do a better job at reading defenses, not predetermining where I'm going to go with the ball. These are his exact words, y'all. Not predetermining where I'm going to go with the ball. That's actually that was his biggest weakness in college. That was his biggest area of opportunity. But lucky for him, he had so much talent around him that even if he predetermined where he was going to go with the ball, they were always wide open. It's that simple. He is a one-read quarterback. Well, it ain't his fault. His first read was always open. It was always open. That ain't his fault. That all he has to do is read the first read and it's wide open. But I think that does players disservice. It's like every day of the week having to go with option A. And then all of a sudden somebody come and take away option A and you're not used to B or C. Whoa. I think that does a great player a disservice. That's what I've always said about those who have so much talent around them that option A was always open, that you don't have a large enough sample size to really see how well they handle option 3 and 4. That's always the issue with some of the best quarterbacks coming out of college. They were on a powerhouse team. Their first option was always there. The play they called would always work, so they're not used to audibling. So you have a small sample size of them doing of that being taken away and them actually making the adjustments. Let's see. Give the chat room your news on Byron Jones once again. Oh, yeah, we started the show because it was great news that Byron is back on the field. He is day-to-day, but he's out there doing some work. So we're going to need him versus the Seahawks, but it's positive. If he's day-to-day and he's on the field now, we're just hoping by Friday that injury report comes out that he's at least hopeful, like a game time decision. If he's a game time decision, I feel good about it. Let's just hope that's the case. I think that's the best case scenario. Well, the best case scenario is him being active and good to go. But if we can get a game time decision, I feel good about it. I'm really hoping Byron can play, but it's a good sign that he's on the field because he hasn't been earlier this week. So somebody said Tua is suited, so he is 100%. You don't have to go back and forth with people about Tua being 100%. Don't waste your time. That's already been established. It's already been established. Okay? We don't have to waste our time going back and forth with people about him being 100. It's already established. People are just making excuses, or they're new to the channel and they don't know. They haven't been up on the factual, accurate news. So for those who are new to the channel, he is 100% healthy. He has no concerns about the hip injury anymore. They took him off of the injury report because what they're required to, once you're no longer rehabbing for an injury, they have to take you off. In the week, which was 2 weeks ago when they took him off, Flores said we took him off because once you're no longer rehabbing, you come off the injury report once you're 100% healthy. He is 100% healthy. Those are the facts. For all the new people that didn't know that are listening to these writers and stuff that's saying, they're worried about his hip, if it's still this and that, they're making excuses. What I just told you are the facts. Did you see the presser with Gailey, TD, what he said about Tua? 72 Fins logo, fill me in, because I'm going to go watch all those in a little bit. Fill me in. Let me know if it's something I need to know right now. I have a feeling that locker room is tense and walks on eggshells. I don't think Flores has a loose team. What did he say? It just moved so fast I couldn't see it. My bad. I missed the comment, man. I missed the comment. Crap. Like any second-year coach, there are questions, but Flores has a little more leeway than Gase or Philbin had in their second year. They inherited talent that we expected to keep. Flores inherited a team that he was expected to clean house. Well, year one, it didn't even matter. We cleared house. Year two is his year one. There aren't real serious expectations for Flores until year three. There ain't. Somebody say, I get a stubborn vibe from Coach Flores. I don't know, man. I don't get that. I just think that he's stuck in a place where he can't just tell you what it really is. And think about the things that he can't just tell you what it is. That's anything related to Tua not being ready, making it seem like he's not doing well. He can't come out and say, he's struggling and we're trying to get him up to speed. Do you know what would happen if Flores came out today and said, listen, Tua, he's getting better and better, but right now he's struggling and we're trying to, continue to develop him. It's a lot of work to be done. See, he says that about so many players. He'll say this about a safety or something. He's a good player for our team. He continues to get better and better. He just has to do this and he has to do that. But Flores knows I can't go into detail about Tua. He's not allowed to go into detail about Tua. To name one detail he's went into and associated Tua's name. How can you do that with every player on the team? But when it comes to Tua, we don't get not a peep about anything related to how he's doing other than generalities. He talked to us about Christian Wilkins his rookie year. He needs to get his pad level right. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. He talks about every player and what they need to do, but he does not give you details on Tua. Why do you think that is? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Everybody. He needs to do a better job tackling. He needs to, make sure that he gets the right leverage. He needs to make sure he talks about every player and can give you a specific characteristic he can improve. But when it comes to Tua, there's things he's doing well, things he can do to improve, like all the quarterbacks. And then he start talking about everybody else. Because he's minimizing flaws potentially. He's minimizing stuff. At least that's how it makes me feel. Because, man. Dwayne said, I will say it again. Flores wants to keep Tua grounded, level-headed, detail-oriented, and patient. Oh, he's doing that. He's doing that. TD, is wide receiver Kirk Merritt on our roster or practice squad? Let me see. I don't know if they made any more transactions lately. Let me check right now. Because I know they were. I believe he's on the practice squad. Let's see. Give me a second. I know he was on waivers. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, he's still on the practice squad, man. Practice roster when I last looked. That's what I knew it to be, but I don't see any updated news if we released him for anybody else. But he over there working it out. If he gets moved up, we'll see. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. Y'all hit that like button. It is what it is. I just know that we're just stuck in a place where we're not getting any of the facts. And as a fan who's really invested in the team, this is why it's important for the NFL to be transparent. This is why they have, certain bylaws in place that allow the media to be present and ask interviews and stuff like that. Because in this league, there has to be transparency. And we're not getting any information on Tua. We're not getting any information on Tua. When I talk about when I do hear Chan Gailey, they asked Chan Gailey the other day, and I don't know if this is the press conference y'all were talking about. So how is Tua doing, and what are your thoughts on Tua, blah, blah, blah? Well, Coach Flores makes all personnel decisions. I think you need to talk to him about that. You would have to talk to him about that. They've been instructed not to talk about Tua. Somebody said, why would they? The same reason they would talk about every player on the team, which they do. Which they do. Somebody said, why give other teams an advantage? What advantage do you have? The kid is on the bench. What advantage are you giving other teams? He's on the bench. TD, the biggest mistake is to take a hurt or injured player 5th overall. Doesn't make sense. Well, we don't know that. He might, whenever he gets his first shot, he might come out better than Russell Wilson, and it's all good. So we don't know that. We don't know if it was a bad decision. Only time will tell. It's just that we like to be in the loop as fans. How the guy that we were excited, well, not me, because y'all already know where I stand on this. How the guy that most people were excited about drafting, how is he doing? The only answer we've got in 4 months, 5 months, is things he does well. The most that we've got, there's things he does well, things he definitely needs to improve on. Everybody's getting better, not just him, just all the quarterbacks, him, Fitz, Josh, they're all, improving, but, this isn't college, it's the NFL. He has so much he needs to learn. That's the most we've got about Tua. Nothing else. You can ask Flores specifically and directly. Flores, what are some of the things that Tua has done well? What are some of his strengths and what are some of the things he needs to improve on? Well, it's an ongoing process. They all do some things well and, it's things he needs to improve, just like all the quarterbacks. He repeats the same thing. He didn't even answer the question. Somebody said he was talking about him in today's interview. All right. I will definitely check it out. But y'all know me. I might check it out right here live. It depends on how long it is. Depending on how long it is. Oh, man. Y'all say he was saying some good things about Tua? That'll be groundbreaking. That would be groundbreaking. Uh, 5 hours ago, How long is this? Oh, it's 11 minutes. That's a good little minute. So I say, yes, TD, check Gailey comment. What did Gailey say, man? Y'all got me like, I mean, what did Gailey say? PFF said we have the worst O-line in the NFL. Man, get out of here with that. It ain't even possible to believe. I'm going to have to look that up. Give Fitz a little while. He's going to be back to his old self. Somebody said he said Tua not ready. Man, y'all about to make me end this stream, watch these videos, and come back, man. Better to have cliches than let something slip out, which hurts Tua's confidence or messes up team chemistry. How can it mess up team chemistry? These guys practicing with him every day, and they see him. They see him, man. Oh, man. TD, being able to keep things in-house without leaks speaks volumes about within the organization. I agree with that, but regardless, transparency. Why do we have to keep in-house how he's doing? I disagree. No. Just watch the video. PFF has them as the worst running game. Oh, okay. They saw Rosen and said, bye. Dislocated hip. Our O-line has to be at least top 15. Play it forward, live forward to when he speaks about him. Listen, man, I mean, I don't know where that starts, so I might have to listen to it myself and then bring it, all right? Did he say anything good about him? Did he say anything that was positive to make us be like, yeah? At least put that in the comment section. Y'all give me the news right now. Put yes or no in the comment section. Did he at least say some things that was like, yeah, okay, I like that? Did he? Please say yes. Give me something to be optimistic about when I watch it. I'm tired of seeing all the no's, man. Somebody said no. Somebody said yes. Well, that doesn't help. Anybody else saw it? Oh, my gosh. I'm a listener. Why did you like Tua coming out of Bama? Why didn't you like Tua coming out of Bama? It's not that I didn't like Tua coming out of Bama. I didn't like Tua at number 5 coming out of Bama. I've been on the record to say there were 3 more guys I would have drafted before him. People constituted that as hate. If we were drafting at number 9 and Tua was there, I want Tua. I just think that there were 3 guys in this draft that I would have taken before Tua because his injury risk is great to me. And there's also a lot. He has what I personally call the makings of a bust. Will he be a bust? I'm not saying that at all. Don't get me wrong, but hear me out here. The reason why I say he has the making of a bust, you know how some of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time end up being busts in the NFL? Nobody talks about why they were busts. And I have this fundamental belief in football that one of the main reasons why is because these greatest quarterbacks, all the greatest quarterbacks have always had a superstar college team around them. The best O-lines in college football, the best receivers in college football, the best running game in college football. So when you have more protection than everybody else, it makes you look better than everybody else. When you have wide open guys more than everybody else, it makes you look better than everybody else. And when your first read is open 99% of the time and you connect, what happens when you get to the NFL and the competition is just as good on every team almost? That's the difference. Now you're going into the league, the O-line isn't as good. You don't even have enough experience reading line protections because you didn't have to. Your receivers aren't as open, so you don't have the luxury to just throw it up to a wide open guy. It has to be perfect and on the money. See, people call a lot of college passage perfect. He's made some hell of a throw, some amazing throws, but a lot of them are receivers just like wide open, waiting on it to come. You know, And this is not a knock on him. This is just my theory that why some of the best college quarterbacks of all time end up being busts in the NFL. So when you don't have to read defenses because your guy's always open, what happens when you have to start reading defenses? So when people say, oh, he's so great, yes, he was great in college, but we have a very small sample size of him playing equal or greater competition. Think about it. Probably 40 college games. Only about 7 of those college games was equal or greater competition. And when I went and found the equal or greater competition, which was all the ranked teams, 100% of his interceptions were in those games. His worst games were in those games. Oh, TD, but it was few in between. That's my point. He's going to get that every week in the NFL. Doesn't mean he's going to be a bust. Can still be the greatest thing ever. But that's why I wouldn't have liked him at 5. I would have liked him at 9 or further, because there were some players that were still on the board that were more valuable to me for what we're trying to do long term, even though I know we need a quarterback eventually. But I thought that whatever quarterback was available at I thought that we would take the number 5 pick. I thought that we would trade down with another team and pick up 2 first-round picks. And I thought that wherever we trade down to, whatever quarterback was available is who we would have took, whether it was Tua, Herbert, or Love. Because everything that I was hearing is they were really high on Love. But obviously Tua was their guy. So it was what it was. And they did make a play at Burrow, but of course they're not going to offer the farm. And they knew that the deal wouldn't have went through. They said, we'll give you this for Burrow. They knew that they wouldn't accept it, but they had to make the attempt. And Cincinnati said, no, we want this. Miami said, we're not crazy. All right, next guy, Tua, he's our guy. That's what it ended up being. So I'm not against Tua. I just didn't want him at 5. I would have taken him somewhere like 9 because it was other guys that I thought would have been more valuable for this team. I thought we were going to be finishing off the defense. That's what I thought. But that's the history behind it. But all these guys that don't know football who condemn me for it, they start saying, "Oh, you're a Tua hater." It was never the case. I don't hate the kid. I just had my concerns about it. But they say I'm not allowed to have concerns about him. They said I'm not allowed to speak about any flaws he has because all of that constitutes you being a hater. So I wear that badge proudly. I guess that makes me a hater. But I just call it how I see it, man. I wanted to trade the number 1 pick too, TD. I'm with it. He wouldn't be there at 9. I didn't think he would be there at 9. But I felt like we would take whoever would have been there at 9, whether if Tua was gone, then it might have been Herbert still there, or it would have been Love. Either one. Somebody said Jordan Love is in a great situation. Yes, he is. Jordan Love would be starting right now if Aaron Rodgers wasn't behind the helm. See, you can't start the rookie in front of Aaron Rodgers. But don't sit here and tell me you can't start a rookie in front of Ryan Fitzpatrick. No. I'll go out on a limb to say, and this might be a bold statement. It might start a little debate, but I'll go out on a limb to say Herbert and Burrow, overall, all the games that they played have looked just as good, if not better, than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'll go out on a limb to say that. Arm strength, accuracy, the things that they've done on the field, I'll go out on a limb to actually say that. Because what people want to do is say, well, Ryan Fitzpatrick's second game, he had a half of a good game, and then the last game, he was phenomenal. But they want to always eliminate the first game, that he was trash. Just like last year, they don't want to engage in a conversation about the first 8 weeks Fitz played. All they want to talk about are the last 8. That's all they want to do. And these guys, in my opinion, are having better games than Fitz with almost nothing around them. Almost nothing around them. Almost nothing around them. Getting hit way more than Fitz. So miss me with all that Tua stuff. If Flores really mean best player available and Fitz ain't playing, then that's why I'm concerned. That's why. It's that simple. But they don't have his heart. What makes you think that? What makes you think Burrow and Herbert don't have his heart? Why? Because you got to see Fitz's heart for 14 years? These guys out there taking hits while throwing the ball. These guys out there running the ball in for a touchdown, taking huge blows. These guys out here playing overtime games. These guys out here putting their team in a position to win at the end of the game, and the kicker missed the field goal. We're going to automatically, yeah, but they don't have heart. Who judges heart? We're the heart police now? Who determines who has more heart? Come on, man. That's unfair. That's very biased to say they don't have his heart. They might have more heart. And I don't think they do. But that doesn't mean they don't have just as much. They say Love looked horrible in camp, though. It might be. Might be. We might have somebody in Miami looking horrible in camp too. They ain't talking about it. They ain't talking about it. You mean to tell me our beat writers couldn't come out once and say, oh, we saw this today by Tua. Oh, you know they dying to. When Omar Kelly came out and tweeted, y'all want me to talk about how well Tua doing. Like I said, once he does something worth talking about, I'll let you know. And then Fitz leaves practice because God rest her soul, his mom passed. And then all of a sudden, he comes back the next day. They tweeting out, ladies and gentlemen, thank God Fitz is back. These two quarterbacks in camp never made you miss Fitz more. And I ain't supposed to be concerned. And somebody talked about Tua only threw 4 TDs in practice, or do we forget? Are we serious? That was during red zone work. They all had like 20 red zone plays. That was red zone work. They all had 20 red zone plays. And then they came out and said, believe it or not, Rosen, the one that had the better day that day. And then they felt like, or maybe it was a tie, so they saw who can throw the farthest accuracy into like a bucket or something they did, and Rosen won that. Come on, man. And then in the 11-11, are you talking about that day they said Tua had perfect passes? The same day that all the writers said that they all were duck down passes? And then Flores came out that same evening in a press conference, said, you know, these guys have so much, they're doing some things well, there's so many things to improve, but we can't become the check down team. Who you think he was talking about? He was talking about Tua. We cannot become the check down team. The same day he was 100% on passes, and all the beat writers said all of the passes were short, less than 5 yards. And Flores came out and said, one thing we cannot do is become the check down team. We need to make better decisions, which means there's other opportunities out there that are open, and he might have been just playing it safe, not taking a shot. I think people listened to reports and only wanted to take out of it what they wanted to. Somebody said, why did Rosen get released? There's still a mystery. He either wasn't good enough and they were done trying, or they didn't want the controversy with Tua. Well, we don't know. We can all make assumptions. A lot of people say he was trash. That's why they moved on from him. A lot of people say, oh, they just didn't want the controversy with Tua. Whatever side you lay on, you can't get the answer from me because I don't know the facts behind it. I don't know the facts behind it. Another situation that was hush-hush because you come out every day and tell us we've asked him to do X, Y, and Z, and he's done X, Y, and Z, and he's going to be given a fair opportunity. And next thing you know, you release him. So I don't know. He's improved. He's made so much improvement, but it's always still things he could do better. But I like where he is, but then you release him. So we have no clue. Somebody said having Rosen on roster was too much conflict for a young coach to handle. I don't know. Could be. I mean, it's all speculation, right? TD, many forget that in 2018, the Fins were about to select Josh Rosen at number 11 when the Cards traded with Oakland and moved up to 10 and drafted him. Yeah, that was rumor that they were, but I never put stock into it because I never got validation that was the case. But that report did come out, but I never put the stock into it because of that. Nobody ever came to validate it. Yes, we were. You know, when Rosen is throwing rockets in practice and Tua is throwing blimps, media sees that. All I know is the media said we'll report something good Tua does when he actually does it. And then they went on to say, we're dying to report what he's doing good. But these quarterbacks aren't even close to fits. That's what they said, not me. So don't call me the hater. TD, did you want offensive tackle Andrew Thomas, Derek Brown, or Isaiah Simmons at 5? Man, I wanted Andrew Thomas. I wanted Derek Brown. I wanted Isaiah Simmons. I wanted, what's the safety's name? See, I done forgot a lot of these guys' name that was on my big board. Who are all those guys that went around 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Like 3 of those guys, McKinney, yep. Okuda was definitely the guy. Okuda, McKinney, Delpit was one, but I think we could have. I think if we were to trade it back, we still would have been able to get Delpit. But those are the guys. Those are a lot of course, Chase Young was up there. Joe Burrow was up there. Andrew Thomas. Antoine Winfield, no, I wanted him a little later in the teams if I could. Isaiah Simmons, man, I didn't care where we were. If he was on the board, he was taken. We not having these questions about Baker. Just imagine Isaiah Simmons paired up with Van Noy and stuff like that. We're not oh my gosh. So when people get mad because I say I wouldn't have taken Tua at 5, there were some really talented kids that I would have taken. And that doesn't mean they're going to end up being great in this league. They could be bust too. So I don't know. But I'm happy. I'm happy that we waited to get Andrew Thomas where we did. We didn't have to go, not Andrew Thomas, got Austin Jackson, excuse me. Because I wanted Andrew Thomas. And Austin Jackson is playing some great football. I'm happy. I'm happy about that decision. I like what we did. Again, I wouldn't have did what we did at number 5. It's just me. That's not unfair to say. So it is what it is. I really wish we would have got Zach Bond. Derek Brown, yes, him too. He was up there too. If he was available, I would have got him. There was too many great talents in the top 10 that I would have got ahead of Tua. I counted 8. When I went and did my big board, there were 8 specific players I would have drafted above Tua. 8. That's why I went on the record and said, listen, I wouldn't draft Tua unless it was at 9. That's nothing wrong with that. That's still a plus. I just had too many concerns. But anywho, man, that's what it is. That's where we're at. Like I said earlier, Byron Jones, things are looking on the positive. Hopefully we can get to that point. As far as Tua Tagovailoa, I'm gonna have to go check this interview y'all talking about. If it makes me mad, I'll probably go live again, man. Dwayne listed a few. He said Andrew Thomas, yep. Mekhi Becton, yep. And Willis, all right, were the desires of the 5th pick, along with Derrick Brown, Isaiah Simmons, Jeff Okudah. I also had the guy in the secondary. What's his name? I keep forgetting it. Y'all just told me before. Because that's 6 guys you named. Joe Burrow was another, Chase Young, and there might have been one more guy, so I might have actually had Tua 10th. I might have had Tua 10th. No, I had him 9th. So Grant Delpit, but I don't know. I think Delpit might have been a little later on my board. But those were the guys. No, I didn't have tackle Tristan Wirth above Tua for me. Andrew Thomas was the best tackle on the board for me. And all the other tackles were in the teens for me. But most of all those guys that Dwayne just mentioned, I had all of them except maybe one on my big board in the top 8. Because Chase Young and Burrow was in the top 8 too. Grant Delpit was around 18. Exactly. Y'all saw the videos we did. I said I would take Delpit at our 16th pick or whatever. Because I had us getting Andrew Thomas at 5. I had us getting a player like Delpit. I thought that we might have been finishing our defense. That's what I thought at the time. Okudah almost ran it in for a pick 6 last week. Delpit drafted in 2nd round. You take a franchise QB before anyone else, in my opinion. Yeah, it's your opinion, Jacob. Seattle didn't. Dallas didn't. There's a lot of guys who didn't. Because there's too many franchise quarterbacks being busts. Too many of them. McKinney wasn't your selection until the 3rd, 1st round, right, TD? I don't know, man. I got to go back and remember. I really don't, man. All of that is so past me now. Where I had everybody. I haven't even checked in on these kids yet. I said I was going to do that around week 8 to get a good gauge of where everybody in the top 10 and how they're doing in this league right now. Because week 8, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos like that. The top 10 players in the 2020 draft, where are they now and what are they doing and are they seeing success? And are they even playing? Do y'all know any other top 10 players not playing right now? Y'all know any other top 10 players that's not doing well right now? I'm just curious. I really don't know. I haven't checked on them yet. I don't know. TD, how do you feel about Raekwon Davis? The absolute superb. He's going to be our future. Of course, he has some things that he can tighten up, but from day one, he has the intangibles. He's going to be a stud. He's that kind of guy. If he keeps developing and getting better and better, oh boy. Oh boy. He is solid. He is solid, man. This guy, he's a mauler too. It's just I think he just needs to become the ultimate professional in his game. Just sound. Work on his craft to perfect it. Sharpen up his tools. And he's going to be perfect, man. Jerry Jeudy dropping balls. Isaiah Simmons been playing bad. Richard Forrest Jefferson is playing good. Before draft, y'all wanted a quarterback. I knew we would get a quarterback. I just thought that we might be able to get like a Jordan Love later in the 1st round. I thought with that 24th pick, we might be taking Jordan Love to get a value pick. Andrew Thomas and Mekhi Becton are getting test driven right now. Chase Young hurt. Isaiah Simmons, Jerry Judy, Ruggs, bad. Just was wondering about Jefferson. So, y'all telling me almost all these guys are doing bad, but we put so much stock on those early picks. That's it. And look, Andrew Thomas probably the best offensive tackle right now. Not Andrew Thomas. Somebody said Andrew Thomas been playing elite, but Austin Jackson might be playing some of the best offensive tackle football right now. You know, matter of fact, that interests me. I want to go see what some of these guys' grades are. I want to see what some of these guys' PFF grades are. It's crazy, man. Let's see. All right, let me see. They have Austin Jackson, 48.4. They give him a grade of 48.4, even though he's allowed 0 sacks and he only has 1 penalty. 48.4. So 48.4. Andrew Thomas, 55.5. Also 1 sack allowed, but he doesn't have a penalty. He's played 183 snaps. Oh, wait. And Austin has played 198 snaps. So I guess that penalty might be weighing on him. Pass block snaps and run block snaps. I might have to make a purchase to PFF. Never credits the Dolphins. That's why. Because I want to see what the pass block snaps play, like those type of stats. I want to see what those are. Interesting. I think Tua is still an A. Gonna go grab some grub. All right, Richard. Anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all love and support, man. I'm gonna go check out these interviews. I'll get back with y'all. Give y'all my thoughts on them. I'll also the Jets versus Denver tonight. That's going to be a snooze fest. But last time we had a snooze fest with the Jets, it was a fun night because we were just laughing at Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. Y'all remember that? We were live with the game where Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts. That was a pretty lit game, man. So I'll be back tonight. We'll be chatting during that game, talking about the Jets and the Broncos. Watch the interview live with us, TD, and give us your thoughts while you watch. That's a lot. Well, I'll go watch it, and if it's worth it, then I'll watch it live. Like, you'll just hear the audio. I can't show you. I'll just play the audio so that they don't shut the stream down. Because they done already gave me too many warnings about when we do our film studies. So that's why I really haven't been doing many of them. But yeah, this is a new month though. I'll get about 2 film studies in this month to get 2 little warnings, and then I'll be done. And then next month it starts over. So we'll see. But I'll check y'all out later. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. Love y'all. See you soon. Peace.